Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joann Hopkins, the wardrobe woman. I would like to explain a little bit about how we do the silhouette. We take several measurements and we learn the horizontal and the vertical body type. Now, this is something most women don't think about. They don't worry too much about the vertical, only the bust to waist to hips. Balance is pleasing to the eye. That's what we try to create with the styles we suggest. And I have been working with a lovely lady this afternoon. This is my lady's vertical type. She's balanced body to leg length. Now, she could also have a short body and long legs, or a long body and short legs. But this lady, fortunately, is balanced. Now, one thing we do not talk too much about is short and long-waisted, and I don't want you to get that mixed up. That is not a body measurement. This lady, balanced body to leg length, could still be short-waisted. However, she is not. Horizontally, her waist is a little larger. Plus, she has rather narrow shoulders. It creates kind of a diamond shape. Now we'd like to talk about dresses. Any of these dresses are going to look a whole lot better with some shoulder structure. Otherwise, you're going to be sloping like this. Your most slimming and classic length from middle of the knee or just top of the knee to maybe 3 inches below. Shift, that's classic for you. Princess is superior. Those vertical style lines are very good for you. Keep the center panel narrow. Also, you want the right undergarments. If you're wearing a fitted princess, you want a onesie probably that kind of pulls it all together. Shirtwaist is superior. Empire, avoid. Coat dress is superior. Trapeze, you can avoid. Blouson is acceptable. That's like tucking in and blousing over so it camouflages the waist where your biggest issue is. Or dropped waist, that makes your body look long and your legs stubby kind of, and I would avoid it. Sheath is acceptable. Surplus is superior. That wrap is good. That angle across the bust is very good for you. Tunic, avoid. That's way too long for you. Peplum, avoid. Fitted, avoid. A very sharply defined waist probably isn't your best look. And the more you define your waist, the bigger things are going to look. Jumper is superior. Two-piece dress, avoid. Now we want to talk about jackets today. You should not wear real long or real short jackets because you're balanced body to leg length, and we want to maintain that. Wear all jackets open. Besides, when you've got good boobs, you can't button jackets successfully anyway. Blazer is classic, and any jackets are good for you if they have shoulder structure. When you're narrow through the shoulders, anything with shoulder pads are good. That will be a good thing. Cardigan is classic. Double-breasted, avoid. Fitted dressmaker is superior. Those princess style lines are nice, but still wear it open. But that gives the illusion of a little smaller waist. Boxy unconstructed, avoid. That's way too much fabric for you. Bolero, avoid. That's too short for your vertical proportions. Tunic, avoid. That's too long. Battle, avoid. That's a little short. Spencer is superior. That usually goes about 2 inches below the high hip bone. Okay? And Safari is acceptable if it's not too long. Your most flattering jacket length, which will be 2 inches below the high hip bone to crotch length. And usually the longer the jacket with slacks, it's better with slacks. If you wear a jacket with skirts, that can be a little shorter. Now we're going to talk about coats. Polo, avoid. That's very boxy. Reefer is superior. It's got nice vertical style lines, but it isn't very fit. It's pretty loose fitting. Chesterfield is superior. Trench is acceptable if you can tie at your waist or belt at your waist. With me, because I'm short-waisted, I always had to belt it behind or tie it behind because it didn't hit at the waist properly. Wrap is superior. However, in my opinion, I don't know about having 2 heavy layers of fabric over my stomach and a tie on top of that. It seems bulky to me, but Coachman is superior. That's cute. More fitted with a nice flare. That'd be cute on you. Balmacan, avoid like a plague. It's very ugly. Looks sort of like a bathrobe. Trapeze, avoid. I think you could wear a trapeze or a swing coat if you don't get too much fabric in it, but you're not very tall to handle all that. Slacks for this body type. I don't think pleats on most women are flattering. A little heel with your slacks, always a good thing, gives you a little more leg length. The main thing we want to worry about, you should never have bikini lines, panty lines, or bouncing jiggly biscuits. And I don't care how firm and how young a woman is, everybody bounces. You don't know how you look from behind. I see many coming up and down these stairs. Of course, my suggestion, instead of panties, is shapewear. There are many different kinds, and there's some very expensive and some very reasonable. This kind of fabric, mid-thigh. It isn't like a girdle that goes, it just smooths things out and keeps you from jiggling and bouncing. And if you've ever been on a stationary bike watching the woman ahead of you on a treadmill, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. The lady who made Spanx now makes assets for Target.
Okay.
It's the same type of thing that I wear this kind because I have several. You know, you wear them like panties. You don't wear panties with any shapewear or pantyhose. They're not quite as spendy as some, but they work just as well. If you wear pantyhose, now I know that's not the look right now.
Right.
However, it's a terrible look. Bare legs. Bare bony legs sticking out of a lovely dress just doesn't do it for me. You can buy pantyhose with the longer shaper in it, and then the hose attached, of course, but that might be enough shaper for you. Take time in your lingerie department. Women don't like to do that. They don't like to generally spend a lot of money on underwear, but it's so important, so important. There are a lot of good manufacturers that make things that are reasonable and do the job. So that being said, no more bouncing biscuits and panty lines. A straight leg is classic. Pleated trousers, classic. I don't like them, but you should also not have cuffs on anything.
Okay.
Cut your leg short. Tapered western or stirrup, avoid. Palazzo, avoid. I think they're darling, and there's a lot of them. If they're in, but you're maybe a little too short to handle it. Unless you want to wear a 4-inch heel with it, maybe. Baggy wide leg, avoid. Harem, avoid. Hip huggers, avoid. Raised waist is acceptable. Yoked, avoid. That cuts your leg short. Cropped, I'm going to say classic because a lot of women prefer those to shorts. Go by your skirt length guideline as to where they should hit. Jumpsuit is acceptable, and there are a lot of cute jumpsuits out there. I love jumpsuits until you have to run to the ladies' room. Then they're a little tricky. Culottes, avoid. We will now talk about shorts. Now, I think every woman kind of has to do what she has to do, but always be age appropriate. For you, tailored is classic without cuffs. Jamaica, superior, that's mid-thigh. Walking shorts, avoid, they're getting too long. Then you might as well go to capris at skirt length. Boxers are classic. Okay? Do you wear shorts?
I do.
Good. And swimwear. Swimwear. The bane of my existence. Remember when we talked about color blocking and style lines? Put that to use with your swimsuit. When I was in high school 100 years ago, we were told forevermore that a one-piece black suit is going to make you look sexier and slimmer. They lied to us.
Okay.
That's not true. What it does is make you a perfect profile, silhouette. So if you're walking half-mile down a white sandy beach, I will know exactly what your body looks like. But if you have a suit with some beautiful colors going on or a medium print going on, it breaks up that definite line and fools the eye. So we're not sure where you are and where the suit is. Make sense? The Malo is classic. Now that's more of a swimmer suit. Two-piece, avoid. Strapless, avoid. Halter, avoid. Blouson is superior. That's just blouses over and camouflages waist. Surplus is superior. Drop waist ruffle, avoid. ruffle top avoid. Sarong is superior, and I'm going to add the tankini here, which I think is great because you can get that in so many different shapes and sizes and skirt lengths or pant lengths. And where do you want me to go from there?